With Final Fantasy XVI recently being released, I thought there would be no better time than now to do a different type of video, ranking what I believe are the top 5 first levels of the Final Fantasy series. I did include sequels when doing my ranking, not to say they necessarily made an appearance here. But overall, choosing the top 5 levels was pretty easy actually, so let's get right into it. Coming in at number 5, Final Fantasy XII has a pretty good opening that places you in the action immediately storming through a castle to reach the king before it's too late. The good gameplay, great graphics, urgency of your mission, and fast pace of this level allows this to be a pretty memorable opening level. However, this may not have been in my top 5 except for the unexpected twist and betrayal that takes place, and the realization that the character you're playing as now is not who you'll be playing as the rest of the game, which is not something any other Final Fantasy has really done. All in all, you have yourself a pretty memorable opening level, and definitely one of the better ones in the Final Fantasy series. Number 4 is Final Fantasy IX. For many, 9 holds a special place in their hearts. This opening level does a good job as to why. You quickly get into a first battle with Zidane, then switch to Vivi exploring a cool town. This opening level is different from others in that you can explore the town pretty extensively, and it can go on for a while if you don't know where to go, or if you're interested in talking to everyone. Honestly, this may have gone higher on my list if the pacing was better. Going from Vivi wandering around back to the more fast-paced Zidane kidnapping plan messes with the pacing. To be fair, this wouldn't likely be an issue if this was anywhere else in the game, but given this is the opening level, it is pretty slow, especially if you don't know where to go with Vivi. However, that doesn't mean this isn't a great opening. It introduces so many characters and the tone of the game very well as a primer for the type of world you're in for. And it's pretty fun and doesn't take itself too seriously. Number 3 is Final Fantasy VI, an extremely memorable opening level storming a town in Magitech armor, eviscerating pretty much everything you see. As you wreck shop through the town, you finally come upon the frozen Esper, who graciously evaporates Biggs and Wedge from existence. It presents so many questions and elements of the game so quickly. It is also quite frankly beautiful and sets the tone very well. For those classic Final Fantasy games, there's no better opening than this. It is funny and paced very well as you try to escape the initial town, and introduces important characters as well. What really blew me away the first time I played through it was the charm of it all. There's just something so unique about it, and that doesn't change after the first level either. After all this time, it's still memorable and unique. Number 2 is Final Fantasy X. Since I'm talking about opening levels specifically and not the best openings, I need to put all the emphasis on the level itself. Spoilers if I ever make a video of best openings to a game, because Final Fantasy X would absolutely take it for its ungodly beautiful, ominous, and well done opening. But that's not to say this game is a slouch or something on its opening level. It's not, and it's done pretty much perfectly. For the time, the impressive graphics are on display. It starts pretty fun, with following Tidus and his life right before a big game. All in this opening level, it shows so much. Tidus has problems with his star athlete dad, who's been missing for a long time. Tidus is a great athlete. It introduces Auron, his mentor and one of the most important characters of the game. It shows Blitzball with a track that goes very hard. It shows Xanarkand in its prime, which is of great importance to the story. It introduces the faith of Bahamut and the mystery of who he is and why he's even there, and of course it introduces the main antagonist, Sin. Essentially, so much happens in this opening level. Not only that, but all of this is revisited later on in the game, and it's all important and wraps up everything that's introduced here. I do want to emphasize this point because no other Final Fantasy game really had this sort of aspect to it. There are moments and stories that begin here that won't be touched upon until late into the story. The opening level works beautifully as a starting point that will be circled back to later on. Everything is connected so well. This is unique to Final Fantasy X. And aside from the story, the music's also great throughout the opening as well, with multiple awesome songs playing. The pacing and gameplay are perfect as well for a first level, with this opening level taking place over about 20 minutes. You fight your way through a crumbling city with some of the best combat of the series, and it all leads up to this scene.
You are sure?
It's so freaking good! And as much love and joy I have for this Final Fantasy X opening level, and me thinking how perfect it is, I can't deny that one Final Fantasy beats it, and it's the obvious one. Number 1 is none other than Final Fantasy. No. Pick whichever version of the game you want here. It's perfect either way. In the original game, you can run through this opening level in about 20 minutes, but in that 20 minutes, an ungodly amount of things happen. Introducing our main character Cloud as a mercenary for hire, but you aren't fighting terrorists, you are the terrorists, with the objective of bombing the reactor. From the moment you jump off that train, you are in this new, unique world. The opening bombing mission theme playing as you go through this opening level gets the heart pumping, and it's the perfect complement to the pacing of this level. It culminates with some mystery text on screen right before you fight your first boss. Then you must escape as the bomb timer starts counting down, upping the stakes and your heart rate even more. You then escape in the nick of time as the reactor explodes. The gameplay's fantastic, every single thing is so memorable, and it's the opening of a game that launched the Final Fantasy series into the stratosphere. There's a reason everyone remembers Midgar, and it's this. But hold on, I also put Remake's opening level here too. Everything that made the original so great is enhanced in Remake's level in every single way. The music rises and falls throughout the level, seamlessly mixed into how you play and when you enter combat. It also enhances the character development of every single person here, and the graphics are purely astounding. The combat's different, but albeit just as amazing. You then make your way to the boss fight, which is turned up to 11 with multiple phases and spectacle. Then once the battle is over, that timer starts going and you are running and fighting for your life, trying to get out before time runs out. And while this is happening, an even higher tempo version of the Bombing Run song is playing. How it goes so seamlessly between combat and cutscenes in this opening level is flawless. From start to finish, this opening level takes about 40 minutes, and it is non-stop. It's a level that every fan of Final Fantasy needs to play. Without a doubt, this is the greatest Final Fantasy opening level that there is. Simply put, it's perfection. Okay, so I'd like to thank everybody for watching. This was a really fun video to make and a little bit different from what I usually want to do. But this is all just my opinion, so feel free to disagree with me. There's no wrong answers. Well, maybe one.